What's going on, guys? Hold up. Here's the scenario. I'm pulling the audience today. You, yes, you. Do you know all the different ways spin can affect a simple shot like this with a little bit of an angle? I'm gonna give you a different perspective and a simple way to start seeing what spin's actually doing to simple shots like this. And maybe convince you that, well, maybe you're not ready to be using English yet. Stick around and see if you learn something from this. Let's go. First, I want to start off with one of my big aha moments I had while trying to help some of my teammates learn this game. Looking at this shot, where does the cue ball go if you hit it, say, center ball, medium speed? Can you see it? If you ask me this very concept, that is what separates good, great, and pro pool players. A new player will look at this shot and they can't quite see the line yet. They might say, yeah, it's going to go in this direction. And what they are seeing is a very large range of where the cue ball may end up. And in their defense, or your defense if this is you, their stroke isn't consistent, and that in itself is a variable that changes that path each and every shot. But a pro, someone like Josh Filler, will look at this shot and tell me the exact stitching in the cloth on that rail where this cue ball is going to hit. And then there's all of us in between. Keep this in mind and make it a point to understand that you need consistency if you ever want to be good at this game. The first thing I'm asking again, do you know where the cue ball is going to hit? Ballpark, if you hit this ball with a center cue ball hit, medium speed, you should know it's going to hit the short rail, but do you have an idea where? That is going to be our baseline for everything to come. You have to have an idea where this is if you want to bend it to your will. And guys, we are here to bend the line of this cue ball to anywhere we want on the table. One day at a time. This line right here is what I'm going to keep on the table the whole time to remind you as to what natural is going to do with the ball, just as a baseline. Now follow me as we start changing it with spin. Next up, top spin. Now we know where the natural path is, right? With a center cue ball hit, medium speed. I'm not talking about stunning it, but just a medium speed. If we apply a high cue ball hit to this, do you know what's going to change with these lines that are on the table? What changes? We'll see here that we change that first line, line A, the path of the cue ball off of the object ball. We push the line away from us to follow closer to the path of the object ball. Next, bottom spin or draw. Again, now we have an idea where the natural cue ball goes if you hit this with a center ball. Do you know what's going to change if we apply a low cue ball hit to this? We'll see here that we again change that first line, line A, and we bend the line backwards towards us. As you probably already know, draw is very difficult to execute well, guys, and just how far you can bend this line back will be extremely dependent on your stroking ability. Just know when to be careful if your draw is inconsistent. And here's a little bonus drill for you guys. Set this same shot up, mark it on the table so it's the same every single time, and practice to see how much draw you can get. How low on that long rail can you get to with a very smooth stroke? You'll be surprised at how inconsistent it will be, and it will show some of your flaws in your game. Let's keep going. Before we get into the main point that I'm trying to get across to you guys, I just want to say thank you for being here. If this style of video is at all entertaining or even helpful for you, please take 2 seconds just to click that thumbs up down below, guys, because it does help my self-esteem so much, and it's very good for the channel. I don't have any sponsors at this time, so I would just like to plug my channel and let you know about some other content that I put out here. On most Fridays, I release match content where myself and or Johnny C, the short side king, review some of my matches and my teammates' matches, and we go through it and draw out these shots just like we're doing here and talk about what we could have done better or where things went wrong. That's where we apply the stuff that we're talking about in these kind of videos directly into real life scenarios. We have a good time. Sometimes we'll throw a couple beers back, and we got a great community down in the comments of people trying to help me with my game, as well as asking for pointers such as videos just like this. Thank you to all those lovely people and all those comments, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Also guys, the DVP storefront, if you want to support the channel, is live. I've been making a bunch of really cool t-shirts, guys. I did splurge for the very soft ones, man. I've been really enjoying playing 8-ball in these shirts, man. Very soft. I guarantee you'll like them. We even have some V-neck styles that I know are going to be my favorite, guys. I like the white. You know you're going to see me in this. And also have this one. Man, these are soft. And I know this is going to be Johnny C's favorite right here, man. Check out the link in the description below, but let's get back to it, man. Let's get to the main point that I'm talking about here, guys. But first, a short disclaimer. I'm going to be introducing a concept that is very generalized, guys. Very broad strokes. But it's something that I do want the novice to understand, or someone at least trying to wrap their head around what spin's doing. My point is this. Applying left and right spin has very little effect on the line from the object ball to the rail, or what we've been calling line A here. I don't want to say no effect, because there are things like spin, induce, throw, and some things that do come into play, and I know the purists are gonna roast me in the comments about this, but for the sake of today's discussion, we're gonna say that left and right spin has very little effect on that first line from the object ball to the rail. But what does it do? Let's look. When we look at top and bottom spin, I want you to recall that you are mainly affecting this line, what we've called line A. The path the cue ball takes directly from the object ball to the rail. When we start adding left and right spin, or English, I want you to realize that it is mainly used to affect this line, and the action that the cue ball takes once it hits a rail. We'll call it line B. Don't believe me? Let's check it out. We know with topspin, we push line A forward. Now, if we apply topspin as well as right spin, we will hit the same area of the rail, but now the second line will be altered, or what we'll call line B. It will change that line in the direction that you're spinning the cue ball. Let's take a look at it now with top and left. You'll see the cue ball still follows the same line with line A from the topspin we applied, but now also adding left, once it hits that rail, it will spin the cue ball to the left. The difference between what's affecting line A and what's affecting line B in my little made-up example here is the point that I'm trying to get across to you guys. Let's look at bottom spin. We will see the same thing has happened with bottom spin as well, which does lead to some interesting and kind of cool looking cue ball paths sometimes. You'll see that line A more or less remains the same. We can hold it all the way to the long rail, and the spin changes things once you come off the rail or start line B. A couple things to point out. We could spend an hour on this, guys, but just a couple little things to mention is, one, the more the cue ball hits the rail at 90 degrees, the more the spin's going to take place. If it comes off it at a very obtuse angle and just kind of grazes the rail, it's not going to make as much difference. Also, when you use running English, or English that's going to go with the path of the cue ball, that spin is going to transfer probably onto more than one rail. Whereas if you're using check English, it often will kind of kill the cue ball. That's when you hear people call it killing the cue ball with English. So my question returns to you. Why spend the time trying to change that second line if you're not sure where it's even going to go yet? You should have a pretty good idea what that second line even looks like before you start trying to alter it, in my personal opinion. Just like I said before, at first you kind of have an idea where things are, but if things are so foggy in the first place and you start adding spin to it, it's likely going to complicate your game. But as always, I ask you guys, are there situations where you think it's wise to use spin when you don't have a good grasp of where things are going to go in the first place? Like automatic situations that you need spin? Let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to take a look at things and be convinced. Anyways, guys, I hope this video adds a little bit of interesting perspective as to what you already know about side spin. And I urge you guys, if you're just now starting to introduce side spin, make sure your mechanics are solid. See a coach, see someone to kind of relook at things. Even the best players still tweak their game, so I'm sure yours could use some help too. But make sure it's solid before you start adding side spin, or it's going to be an absolute mess. Rook! Rook! Brooke, make sure you have good mechanics before adding side spin, or else it's gonna be a long road. Trust me. I hope to see you all in the next one, man. Please consider checking out some of my other videos. Consider subscribing, and please click that like if you haven't already. Check out the storefront below. Here's another one of these shirts. I'm rocking this tonight to League, man. Let's go. Catch you guys in the next one. Keep shooting.